This is going to be the first for me. That's for sure. Let's start it. Why not? Let's. Oh wait, I forgot my camera. Boop. There, I'm here. I'm here. I made it. I'll put my big old head right smack dab in the middle here. Because I don't know where else to put it for now. See you guys. Okay, begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Nice.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Nice.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Nice.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Nice.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Nothing.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, that was random. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You ruined it. You ruined all of it. Nice freaking going.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
What
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
What?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
What the fuck?
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? 20 clicks on door number 41. Where the hell's 417 at?
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437. Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. I didn't even know this was a thing. How do I...
Now, back to door number 437.
Go, 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 go. This is great. What the hell? 437? What is happening?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
What the fuck? Where's the copy machine? Oh, there it is.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
What?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I climb on his desk?
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
They got rid of the jump button. 416.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Okay. Alright. This is getting a little weird.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
Wow.
Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
That's...
Really now? What were you thinking?
I didn't even know there was an achievement for that. That's what I was thinking. What was that? Jesus. Oops. Is there any more monitors on like that? Who left all these monitors on? I've never played this. How do I get in that room? The monitor's on in that room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On my left. Okay. Huh. Oh, hey, I
Yet
made it.
there was not a single person here either.
Look at that.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write the next day's agenda. Reflect. Employee 417, 491, 431, Jim 416, and everyone. You most of all. What? Everyone is unique? I feel like a science experiment went wrong. Number of slides on this slides. Lots of charts.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can't wait till Stanley found the alien.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The hell is that? I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing. Someone decided. Oh, I've decided. Write me back, and here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids all the cool kids I've actually doing is showing each other pages their beeper. What the hell is this shit? That's a weird little thing. Look, here's the red. I didn't even think that thing had actual
But
words on
Stanley
it.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
What just happened? Did I die?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Did I hit a glitch
Perhaps
or
he'd
what the
simply
hell
missed
was
the
that?
memo.
How the hell did I die in this? How did I, of all people, find a spot to die? Was that supposed to happen?
You have no skills and you're a loser!
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Wait, I'm
doors,
going back that
he
way.
entered
Hold
the
on a
door on
minute.
his left.
I don't know if that was supposed to happen.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all?
True.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Yeah, like...
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Oh, wait a
No,
second.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Oh my God.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the fuck?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
What the heck?
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yeah?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Uh-oh.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered
nut.
if this voice spoke to all
What
people
in the
their
world?
dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Oh
How
no.
could it be?
Oh,
Was
God.
Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Oh, no.
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Uh-oh.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
I'm getting nervous.
After all,
What am I
he knew
supposed
for
to
certain,
do?
beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Is it?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah, what was
How
all
else
that
would
about?
the voice explain all that?
Yeah.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Time to prove it.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Let me wake up.
I'm through with this
please.
dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife
Oh,
and my job.
he has a wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, God. I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What the hell?
Although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
how
she
did
thought
I
to
first...
herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So my first playthrough of this, I died twice.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input received?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Interesting.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, my bad. All right, fine.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. This is so bright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa, fancy. Executive bathroom? Whoa. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's a lovely purse. Huh. Nice bathroom. A riddle? Is it? I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's a lovely purse. Horse. It's not a fucking riddle, it's a haiku. The beige pages, really? What the hell is that picture of a panda bear with a gun to his head? Business strategy. Oh my god. I am the most expensive boss. Well, his boss isn't in here, so...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
A nice office.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. The hell is the... What is it? What is that? What is a goon cave? Whoa. This guy has an evil lair? Oh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Yeah.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
We were complacent for a long time, and now look.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What's this all about? Oh, look, a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought.
Is this
to himself.
the
Did he
room
have the
that
strength
Professor
to
Xavier
find
is?
out?
That he puts the cerebral on, or whatever the hell it's called. Oh, cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Employee pirate. Wait, what number am I? I'm that one all the way up there, right? 417? Damn. That one's broken.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What's on an employee 69 screen?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yep.
But here was the proof.
Whoa.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Would I? This is just like that movie. The Pixar movie. What's it called? The emotion things. 3. Look at this guy. What was that? Cars. Yeah, it's just like that movie from Pixar. Cars. Two. Where's the other button? 3. Where the hell's 4? 4's up there, but I can't get up there. What the hell am I supposed to say? 3 days? I thought it was coming out the 21st. You got 2 days, boy. It's nighttime. Well, I guess it's daytime for you. I thought it was the 21st. Why'd I have 21st written down? That's the day it said it was releasing. It's not Betsy. Yeah,
and when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh, mine says the 21st. You gotta wait an extra day. Oops!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Oh, no.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we've been, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
What?
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly
What the
and
hell?
then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Oh.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
What the fuck?
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't
What the hell am I supposed to be doing here?
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Correct.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That
3
this
attempts
video game can be
remaining?
beaten? One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh, fuck. Shut the fuck up.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
3.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so
oh, God.
Can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then...
Oh, God. Okay.
No one here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
Jesus
or will you
Christ.
let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
You have no skills and you're a loser! You have no skills and you're a loser!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where the hell is it?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait, it's not on any of these computers. Where's the input thing? Oh, no. Is it not in... Oh, shit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
I'm
doors,
going on
this
the
was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What the hell does that say? 4B9? Is he afraid of the number 3s or something? Oh.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a break. Anyway, listen. How many...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah, what's
really
wrong with
worth
that?
It.
I was just taking a second to ask a question. I can't stay in this room?
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I stepped in here for a minute.
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Okay, he's blaming me, huh? That's cool. Thanks.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
About what? You know what? Fuck this guy again. I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. How about that? How about that? We're gonna stand now and wait. Oh, is that it? Is he done? Okay. Now. Can I get a soda out of this machine? No? Ah, just kidding. Do you have a memo? Some really great artwork. Look at this. You can honestly give each piece of artwork a name if you really, really wanted to. As you're in here admiring, you know, the beautiful mug detail of who farted. And then number 1, dad. You know. Then we have I hate Mondays, and then Be My Valentine. Really great, really great. Really great shot. And then we have a cup that says Yule. Oh, we have some. Let's see what this is. 5th annual subcommittee meeting of internal revenue analysis for the committee of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club. Something about girls. It says something girls. Oh, no girls. Number 3, dude, I am so wasted right now. What the fuck? That human beings exempting the members of the 5th annual community meeting internal revenue analysis of the committee discussion club smell. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh no. What's over here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm sorry. I thought it was just a... Okay. I gotta be careful going into other rooms. What is this? A key card? Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Oh, B. It's always B.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Well, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I'm sorry.
Give me a chance.
I just wanted to try. 2B1. Two B3. Oh, well, they're not afraid of threes. Why is the bee there? What the hell's the bee? Really?
Now listen carefully,
Oh.
this is important.
Oh, no.
Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Wait.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, thank you.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
What is...
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Sorry, I saw something. Oh, nice little picture. What is this?
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
All of what? There wasn't anything.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
You know what? Never mind.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe he's right. They're giving me too much leeway here. Maybe I just...
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No, never mind. This seems like a trap. I'm out. No, I'm done.
No! Oh, thank God you lived.
God damn it.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
I'm gonna do it again. Like I...
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Why can't I die?
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Whoa!
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
You know what? Let's just give in. I don't think I really have a choice here. Yeah, I think I have to. I'm so sorry. It was nice.
Perhaps not.
We can't stay. We have to go. I'm so sorry.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
What?
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
That's not what this is.
Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oh, he's sad now. I'm so sorry.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
God damn it. Out of all the... Is it like there are no ending where I live? Like none?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
God. Interesting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I did.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
How big
So
is this
now, in
office?
order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Are we sure?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What? Okay. What the hell? Oh!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. We just have to get back to,
Oh, look, there's Clippy.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What?
You have no skills and you're a loser!
They didn't even die that time. I actually survived. For once. What happens if I just stay in this room? Anything interesting happen in here? I just stay in my office? Don't leave? Do I get anything good out of that? Nope, can't. Can't wait.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my god.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Knowing your city. Whoa.
When Stanley... Wait.
What?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go to this one. Oh, it leads the same way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
What is this?
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
This isn't fair. It's changing. What about...
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Wait, is that the room? Have we been in there? No, surely not.
Aha! I knew we'd
What
missed
the hell is
something.
this?
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
We didn't really walk that far. Oh god. This is worse.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
How about what?
You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I finally won.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
What?
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I beg to differ.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Again? The Stanley Parable Adventure line? Hold on a minute. This is getting a little out of hand. It's getting so out of hand, I'm hungry again. I finally did it. Where's my victory cheer? Instead I just get Squidwards. I don't get anything for victories. Kinda lame if you ask me. Should I get a pizza? Kinda hungry.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh. Well, this leads to somewhere new.
You see? The line knows where the story is.
TM.
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, please. What? What is... What? Change this. Change this music, please. Lord have mercy. PD2 mask? What? What's happening?
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Study the fern. Study the fern. Okay. Let's get back to it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, no. Now he's yelling at the line? What?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
What the hell?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why
You
can't we
have
make
no
up our
skills
own
and
story?
you're a loser!
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ooh. Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Let's see. Let's...
Oh, no, not you
Oh,
again.
God.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, no. It's going crazy. The line... Oh, God. It's gone through the roof.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this?
Oh, no.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
What?
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I restarted it for him.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, shit. What? That might have been my bad. I guess I did an oopsie. I figured he wouldn't restart it, so I did it for him. I thought that was the solution there. But I jumped the gun, so to speak. Where's this elevator taking me to? The freaking Empire State Building? It didn't fucking go anywhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
There's a book?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. "2845. For God... But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, interesting.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
A lot of cigarettes.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Woo.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Oh no, my
Had
sheep is
Stanley
down.
really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I am blind to the world.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Here is this crap.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright, let's go dismantle it.
And when at last he found... blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
I
He
won?
had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Amazing.
Freedom was mere moments away.
I did it.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Oh my God.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wow. We did it. We actually did it. Oh, hey, look, the gate.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What? That's a new opening. Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Of course. Always enter the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What do people want? Happiness. Violet James, you are fired. What? What is this? Throw something in the bin, ideas bin? Okay. Let's get out of this.
Oh, no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
What the hell?
Please take your time.
Okay. I thought thered be something else. I guess there is. Why does he hate me being in this room? Can I squat? I'm squatting. I'm squatting. Alright, I'll leave. Fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't know if I could do anything different from here, can I?
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take, too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, Ed had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Well, I guess this time I know what I'm gonna do. I wonder what happens if we go back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I forgot something.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising
why is he so mad I went back?
Wow.
Jeez,
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Oh no. Oh, nope, just the boss's office.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What? What? Why? What? What is this? Hello?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
What? Hello there. Thank you. Thank you. I'm holding.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Thank you. There might be... Alright, yeah, let's go. I think we're gonna go down.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
This guy.
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Oh, it made the load screen faster.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
What?
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
Oh, no.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
No, please.
Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Knows, he gets it.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Is it?
And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see,
That's right.
I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it. Which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
Do they?
Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them.
When do I get to
This is the kind of gesture
meet
that
those
might
people?
leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Oh!
Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley live on stage. What? How we did at the pyramids. The guy who went to Mars. Okay, this is different. An evening with world peace, baby. Stanley Parable tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
World's first sentient machine. New stage.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling. And what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you.
Break a leg, champ. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Stanley, me, Dad. Oh, wait. Stanley, me, age 6. David. Oh. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. I wrote a book? Remember where you came from. Hey, that's where I was heading, and then you guys blocked me out. Up again, down again. The story of the elevator. The dude who came up with pizza. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. The Lord meet and greet. Holy God, all because I went up and down an elevator? Are you kidding me?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Jesus. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What does that mean? Hello?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Was it really?
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference because I never played the first one.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I guess. It's not moving.
Is it broken?
It's not
What's
moving.
going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
How long is the elevator?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
What the hell is this? The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
I can't even jump. Oh my god, I can finally jump. What happens? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, I have no more jumps remaining. Well, that was cool.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
It gave me jumps. That was for a little bit. That was cool. What else did they add?
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I'm seeing
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Actually,
if this is
sometimes.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's
That's
more.
funny.
Very good.
Just reads the dictionary.
I knew there had to be something else.
That would
Let's
be a
see it.
troll.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Well, what does that say? Thank you for enjoying that. That was it.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
That's perfect. The game's broken. Great. Absolutely great. What the hell is this? Oh my god. My thing broke.
You lose!
Whatever. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hello? This is not the office. That is the office.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. It's beautiful.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
No.
Back then, video games had integrity.
Yeah, they did.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Look at that. Oh, there was the ending. Oh, I remember that. I got that like 15 minutes ago. This is not what it came in. There's no way that this was the first edition. Audience Award. Independent Game Festival. Wait, it won awards? A British Academy of Film and Television Arts. The Last of Us. Stanley Parable. They were scribbled it out. Oh, look, hey. Escape. There's the room. What the hell's in that box? There's a box with a green light in it? What is all this shit? I haven't seen half of that. What's that room full of all white? Wow, this is an old ass screenshot. trip down memory lane. There's the first dollar they made. And the Stanley Parable demonstration demo. And don't play for 5 years. And the it is impossible to get this achievement. Nominee for game innovation. Oh my god. Game innovation. Nominee. Debut game. Nominee. Story. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Wow. Hey, look, I died there. I remember that. I remember dying. Wow. All my favorite memories. What the fuck did I just see in there? What is that? Oh, it's rocks.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Yes.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
That's true.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
It really
it's
said
no games
that?
at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk
That's a
with
shame.
an hour of new elevator content.
Oh no, what the hell's what's down here? Memory zone maintenance? That's a whole different game. That's Portal. It's not even this game. And that's Minecraft. What is this? Oh my god, look at that coding. Wow, there's a lot of buttons in here. The desktop. A picture of a car. Oh, maybe they did release a box set back in the day like that. I didn't realize that. I thought that was fake. Your number is 29? I don't even know what that's a reference to. The end. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything. Oh, hey, look, the red and blue door. Nice. What is this
Here's
one?
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The
GameSpot?
Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game.
Nice.
9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
There you go. Not everything needs a reboot. Amen. These boxes are in the way. I can't get over there. The serious room?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, Hang on.
What
I
is
don't
this?
recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh god.
No. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh
I haven't
god.
looked at these in years.
Oh
I
no.
can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick.
Look at all the red reviews. Oh god, there's only a few green. Like here, look at the green ones. There's a green one. Right? Oh god, never mind. Where are we?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for
repetitive and boring,
non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
Like a failure.
Oh, God.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh, God. Well, that's only because we're looking at the bad reviews. If you only look at the good reviews, then it's all good. Oh, God. Here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button?
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh. Huh. It's really a thing, huh? The skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
Yes.
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Well, I kind of want to hear it.
Something like this.
Let's listen.
The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much, and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much, and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. that the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more?
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. Okay. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Oh, God.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
There was.
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that.
Yeah, there should be something.
Anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did he... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Holy
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
Oh, the lights went out.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak.
The plant died.
And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
Holy
Let me
shit.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
A year?
I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Oh, maybe we
And
should
when
get a
that
pass
feeling
button.
had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant.
Wasn't he the one that brought me here?
I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
I'm so sorry.
I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity.
Did he fucking collapse? I think he died. How'd the clock fall off the wall?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So
oh god, he went on a tangent. Is he done?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Asked me, I just killed the Ur Dragon in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Are you proud of me?
Is never the end, is never the end, is never
That's
the
huge,
end,
really
is never
huge,
the
just like
end,
my
is
hands
never
are
the
tiny.
end, is never the
But
end,
you're
is never
making
the
big
end,
things
is never
happen
the
in that
end,
game.
is never the end, is
Keep
never
it up,
the
Tersmo.
end, is
You're
never
doing
the
great.
end, is never the 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 end, is never.
Oh god, is this whole place going underwater? Oh! The plant! We're almost out. We're almost free. We're almost free. Wait. I can't get up here. Just a little bit more. Oh, okay. And then everything died. Whoa. We're free. Turned into Dune. made it. Thank you. Finally. It's about time. No, we're back! No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We've made
Stanley
it so
decided
far.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god, I didn't miss a memo. Wait, what the hell is that? How the mighty have fallen? What is that? Huh. New content?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Thank you. Hopefully it's not like last time. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
I
and
hope
about
so.
how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Yes.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Correct.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Yeah.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
This would be amazing.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yes.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
Yes.
It's future-oriented. It
Yes.
screams progress and
It does.
innovation and
Yes.
long-term franchising potential.
That is correct. Oh my god, and look, they're playing, they're on Chromebooks. This is exactly what we need. The Stanley Parable 2, made with AI technology. The two doors are back. Old and busted, the new hotness. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. One TSP, two better TSP. Brick and mortar approach. The color red, leverage, caustic value. 1/2. Look at this font. Amazing. This is exactly what we're looking for. 2 ferns. Nope, we can't take that. That's already taken. 2 Stanleys?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
All right.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Yes.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yes, yes, yes. New features. Such as... and including... something. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
the fuck? Exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh god, I'm scared to hit this button.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Alright,
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
I'm Jim.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
I am
falling
living
in
as
love
Jim.
and being heartbroken as Jim.
Yes.
Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
That's okay.
Do you feel it deeply?
Yes.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Right now I am Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Alright, here we go. I am Jim. Alright, here we go.
Jim.
Whoa!
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
What?
Jim. It hits even harder the second time.
What?
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
You see that?
Jim. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Okay, yeah. Alright, fine. Can't believe they actually put the Jim button away. Come on. That's crazy. Imagine that being a feature in the game. Groundbreaking. Imagine it saying your real actual name. That'd be interesting. Enjoy.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
No screenshots. A whole new office. Whoa. Nice. Red is the new orange. That'd be cool. Yes, yes. The new updated ray trace, more of the same in a good way. Yes, yep. Ray tracing, new features, new content, new ideas. Yeah. Infinite hole jump circle, the button that says the name of the player playing the game. What the hell is this? Chairs with numbers on them? That would be cool.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy what? Happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Okay.
Or actually,
whatever.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Whatever. The jump circle is back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh, that sucks. Oh my god, look at that. Free new plus easy achievement? What is that? Jump circle, this map. Free achievement, the button, merch, settings, world champion. Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Epilogue collectibles, infinite hole. There is merch. This t-shirt is the best new feature. I love that. I saw the new content. What is this bucket I keep seeing? New feature, reassurance bucket. Whatever the hell that is. You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim. Oh god. The button that says Jim. Heck yeah. Alright, so then saw the jump circle. The infinite hole is some way. Some way. Oh, collectibles. Can you find them all?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Nice.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Holy crap, this looks sweet. 1 of 6. Okay. I didn't know there was more.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your achievement, no more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Oh.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
God damn it. What a waste. This is BS.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
We haven't seen the infinite hole. Depth, time, space, falling hole. Rim, depth, infinite, surrounding area, opening. It just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right, infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like.
Wait.
A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
No, they have this in, Oh, God. How the hell do they... How they put a roof on that so fast? Really an infinite hole?
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I'm just gonna let it fall down the hole.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? to be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall?
The hole's not
infinitely?
infinite?
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
What the hell?
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
This is BS. How are you gonna have a mostly infinite hole?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even...
Oh,
for
shit.
heaven.
Whoops.
You see, I was right. The problem is you.
That was not... I
The
didn't mean
problem is
that.
that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing.
Wait a
What's
minute.
going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean,
Uh-oh.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
Oh,
Try it again. Still nothing?
No, God.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
I just need...
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I just need a little... I just need a little step. What? Why? Just give me a little stare. No. No, 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 no. This isn't what I wanted. Oh my God, please. There was still so much to see. I didn't want to stay in the infinite hole. No! There was so much to see. are now in the depths of the hole.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. What?
What is...
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Oh.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that,
Holy
Stanley,
crap,
because
that
this
was
hole
awesome.
is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Oh.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Oh.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh no. Is it starting again? Holy crap, that was great. Oh, thank God.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's go for the bucket. Oh my God. That was great.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Does it?
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Holding a
The
bucket?
benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
I don't
All
believe
this
that.
and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Well, I'll hold on to the bucket. Thank you.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Huh. So we did... What the hell's the epilogue? Huh. I didn't do that yet. Alright, let's see what that is. Exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I think so. Whoa, look at that.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul.
Can you?
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Nice.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh, that's horrible.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
No.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
It's hard to do that.
I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect.
Let's see, what does he come up with?
Take a look.
Wow. Wow. It's a pretty good title screen.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
There's the balloons.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
And now we're here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh no, not the bucket. Why is there a rope? When the hell did a rope get there? Oh, hey, I got the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
What can I do with this bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself.
The bucket?
Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thank you, Bucket.
True, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
What is this? Oh my god, there's collectibles.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful
God damn it.
figurines.
Thank you. Where does this lead me? Huh.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
The bucket?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
What the hell?
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Oh no.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This
We're gonna monetize
is
the
my
bucket?
golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
When did this turn into a horror game? Excuse me?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Am I being like chased by Golem?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Whoa. We need more planks. Produce 1 plank to allow access to the fence. Construct bridge to allow a collection of shiny. Structurally sound bridge. I did that one. Inside the exhibit, large lot of boxes. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Some are both red and blue. Near a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. I know where that is. Looks like 427. There will be a reward for finding them all. Good luck. Beware of the false prophet. Trust the completionist instinct? Help, I'm opposed to.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
Yeah.
I know how hard it must be. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, I know where another one is. In the executive bathroom.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Done.
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerine.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I like the mini stands. That's okay. Yeah, I knew it. The elevator does not work.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It's the bucket.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think,
Oh,
Stanley?
Figlies.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Figlies. That's a great Figlies.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Perfect.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
The bucket will protect me.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Oh, Lord.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
What?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Damn. He really took the fall. The bucket. You were standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. A cavernous void. Through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. We will take what you learn here out with you into the world. Oh, will you? Jesus Christ. I'm done reading. Oh my god, this is the bucket's museum. This is what I see.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Wow. Wow. Even Da Vinci. A bucket with two handles. It is being deemed too dangerous and reckless. Recklessly experimental. A bucket with two handles is like purposeless. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring, drove dozens of nations to war with one another. Billions have died. No one can control a bucket. The stress bucket in an analogy. Wow. We really owe our lives to this bucket. Oh my god, early depictions of the bucket. Wow. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know how long.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
No, not
It is
at all.
man who should kneel before the bucket.
Oh. The hanging bucket. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there's yet more that it is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good.
But there is something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Wow. And here we are. Another day in the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I did. What? Why is the rope not here now? Do I grab the bucket? I'll leave the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I sure freaking did. The broom closet is locked
Coming
down.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
I just wanted that. Thank you.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Come on. What do I need this for?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I don't have my bucket.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I should have brought the bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Did I? We'll see in a second.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where free... Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
How the hell?
Welcome. You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
I didn't know
and
that.
You all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the Bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates.
Oh.
Isn't that what you crave? New content?
Is it?
Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
Okay.
We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Yeah.
Good job. You did it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. The railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Oh. Okay. Good job. We did it. Alright, I think that's quite enough of the Stanley Parable. I think we've had our fill for 3 hours of this. Quite amazing experience we're having here. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's insane. How many achievements is quit the game and then start it again? There's a lot of achievements in this game. Oh, there's not actually, never mind. Play the Stanley Parable for the entirety of a Tuesday? Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Okay. Do the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds. Set all the setting sliders in all the menus to all the available numbers. Test achievement, please ignore, replace this. Okay. Interesting. There isn't even that many achievements for this game. It's wild. Alright, well, anyway,